Hi everyone, welcome to the Poicast Game Reviews. Currently we are looking at the MX vs ATV update review post patch 1.14 released November 23rd of 2022. Now, MX vs ATV was released June 28th, 2022 and has been met with a slew of bad reviews and poor praises. Rainbow Studios has stated that the game's foundation will be different than past releases and has been dubbed a live service title, meaning that instead of a normal release offering DLC, a single title offering DLC, MVA Legends will be a developer active title, kind of like receiving seasons or that kind of style of DLC, constant updates to overall game user interface and options, as well as fixes and improvements over time. Basically, all their focus is on one game. Now, I'm not clear on the duration of Legends, but I really do hope to see this roadmap pay off for the developers, for the gamers, and the fans of the franchise. Now, when I first purchased Legends, I bought it on PC through Steam, basically because it was on sale. And before my purchase, I heard so many bad reviews that I almost passed up on the title altogether, but I figured $30 I was willing to take a chance. Once I booted it up, I was kind of disappointed in the delivery of the story. And as much fun as you can have playing a video game and how much fun it can be to pick one apart, it is definitely a laboring process to start from zero and get a game out. It's not even just production of the game itself. There's all kinds of checks and balances between the different systems and all kinds of stuff like that. So if they had time, they could probably done the cinematics and all kinds of different things to really liven up the story itself. There were issues in sound, frame rate, functionality, and it was littered with game crashing bugs, but nonetheless I still bought it for the Xbox Series X and S. Everything felt empty and like a chore. Unlike milestone games where you pretty much get all the OEM bikes like Kawasaki and KTM, it's been well known that MX vs ATV, you have to purchase any OEM bikes and stuff like that. So immediately right out of the gate when you purchase the game, it feels I'm trying to find the word here. It feels empty and fake, and it's comparing it to like sitting on the gate of the Supercross game, and you look to your left and right, and you got pro riders, full kits, sponsorships everywhere. It just feels more immersive in that sense. But the game I believe launched at $39, so you could get the base game that way. I know in pre-release or pre-order you could spend like $100 and get everything. If you had purchased that and the game did release and you got it in the state that it was, I can see where the backlash was, because it took them a while to come off the ground, get things put together, tackle all the bugs that were coming in, and working on new content. So yeah, I can see where it was a really rough start, but at the same time, small studio, you guys gotta not back off in the sense of keep them in check, but definitely have to look at it as don't forget about us guys and keep working hard. And that's how I approach this game altogether. Now, it was easy to point out they used a ton of old assets and animations from All Out. This is what made the control of the game kind of weird, because you're looking at it, looks like you're playing All Out, but the controls, they're different. So it was very confusing, very frustrating for me to get used to the game, but over time, you get used to it and you start getting a little better. So that's exactly what happened in my scenario. I stopped playing it on PC simply because I'd rather sit on my couch and play. So I ended up blasting through the career mode. Oddly, I found a lot of my enjoyment came from the trail riding, which I thought was going to be the worst. And then I thought the straight rhythm was going to be fun, but just somehow the straight rhythm doesn't work for me at all. Nationals were actually pretty damn good, and Supercross wasn't bad either. Like I said, overall presentation is a little lackluster, but once again, small studios, small studios, tight deadline. It's going to take some time. Over time, speaking of which, the game has improved quite a bit. They fixed the sliding problems. They fixed a few of the other bugs that were in the game. There are still a few kind of hanging out. I notice on the start gate, things can get really weird at times. It's not often, but I would say 10 or 12 games that I play, or rounds, or races, or however you want to call it, my guy on the gate either goes backwards or some weird glitch happens. And being it's so random, I've never really kind of pinpointed what was causing it. Now they have released a few more tracks since launch. They have the 2022 Lucas Oil tracks, which is a pretty damn good selection. They do a great job putting those tracks together and stuff. So if you're a fan of the outdoors, it's a definite purchase to pick this up. Recently, with their last patch, they released a few more in-game items like the O'Neill setup, Thor setup, and it did something really interesting where you can actually switch or mix and match your jersey and your pants. I thought that was kind of cool. It's just a weird concept, but if you think about it overall, it's actually a cool thing. I've seen it done at the motocross track several times, where guys are wearing like a built jersey and Fox pants or whatever the case would be. It's kind of funny, but I mean the idea is there, and giving you that option, it's unique, it's different. It's not something you see in really any other motocross game unless you custom make the gear yourself. They've also added the ability to change colorways on the, I believe, O'Neill gear. I'm not sure about the Thor, I didn't check into it, but if you look at the icons on when you're selecting your gear and stuff, anything with the color icon, once you select it and go back, you hit the right button, right button, shoulder button, and you're able to access the colorways. They've also added some graphics and some tweaks you can do with the graphics as well. Just nice little touches here and there. The game's starting to come around. Now I still feel like it's early, and I know, like I said, this is considered a live service title, so the game should improve over time. Once again, I don't know the duration of the games, but hopefully it's going to be long enough for them to really nail the process down and kind of stick to this formula. If they can do updates and stuff the way they've been doing it, and the way the new generation of gaming is, you could really just invest into one title hardcore and just update that. If they were to switch engines or whatever the case may be, I could see that being a new title altogether. But what they got going on right now, I think they can really improve it over time and end up with a really good game. Now this is speaking from a fan's point of view. I've been a fan of Rainbow Studios since they did Motocross Madness on the PC, so I've been following this studio for a really long time and always look forward to their next release. All Out, I didn't like it at first, and once I got used to it, I loved it. And that's kind of the scenario with all of their titles that they release. They change it up enough that it's a little it throws you off quite a bit. It's not like Milestone where the controls, everything's are kind of set, and every release feels the same more or less. There's a little looseness here, a little tightness there, a little bit of animation changes, but overall it's the same game, where MX vs ATV experiments and really challenges the physics and stuff like that. And it's a hard thing to do, to strike a balance between sim and arcade. It's definitely an arcade game, but they're trying to add so many more elements to the game that it can be quite, I can see it as a developer, it could be quite daunting, to say the least, when you're trying to please a large spectrum of people. And I know this personally, just being a track groomer and developer in real life, like, you just simply can't please everybody. But anyway, that's kind of my look at the game for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely like it, comment on it, share it with a buddy. And as time goes on, I'll be doing a lot more of these videos, and I hope you guys enjoy. But that's pretty much it for now. Take care of yourselves. and aloha.